Home prices are going absolutely crazy. And for homeowners, this means great things. This means the value of your home has gone up. For home buyers, you might be wondering, have you missed the opportunity for you to buy? Well, that's exactly what I'm covering in today's video. Let's get moving. My name is Scott Wynn, and I am a licensed mortgage advisor with the Wynn and Eagan team at Citywide Home Loans. If you want to buy a home in the next 12 months, then click that subscribe button, and together, we'll make it happen. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is why? Why is real estate and home values going up as much as it is? Well, ultimately, it's really a simple supply and demand type situation. With record low inventory levels and demand for homes at record high levels, we will naturally end up in a situation where home prices will go up. Take a look at this. If we look at December 2021 compared to December 2020, the nationwide average is a reduction of inventory by 26.8%. And in Colorado, we saw a reduction of 17.1%. But if there's some good news, the amount of inventory of homes is actually increasing. In fact, we saw record low levels in December of 2020 and January of 2021 and have increased since that time period. So what's caused the low inventory? Well, I think it's COVID and the uncertainty that has brought into many of our lives. And in fact, George Ratiu, manager of economic research at Realtor.com, agrees. He says, the pandemic has delayed plans for many Americans, and homeowners looking to move on to the next stage of their life are no exception. And at the same time, I think we're starting to see a shift. See, the housing bubble of 2008 scared a lot of people. And based on that, people have started living in their homes longer than they did prior to 2008. As you can see, the average tenure for people staying in their homes was running right around 6 years between 1985 and 2008. But since 2008 through 2021, we saw an average of 9.2 years. But we're starting to see a bit of a shift downward from those 9 years to 2021, where we saw that reduce down to 8. Now, whether or not this is going to be a new trend, we don't know. But I think there's a lot of pent-up demand for people to sell their homes and move on to the next stage of their life. George, over at Realtor.com, continued on with his quote stating, recent survey data suggests that the majority of prospective sellers are actively preparing to enter the market this winter. I think one of the main reasons we saw a shift down in 2021 was because of COVID. COVID caused some delays in people changing what they're doing in their lives, but I think it's also created opportunity for others. Those that have the ability to maybe work from home and don't have to return back to the office are given some flexibility to make that move now. But also, that home appreciation gave them flexibility to take that money and do something with it. Get this, the average homeowner with a mortgage over the last year has gained $56,700 in equity. That's a 31.1% increase in home equity. And Colorado was even higher at $78,000 in increased equity for the average homeowner. Nationwide, that means home equity grew by $3.2 trillion. $3.2 trillion. So are things going to slow down anytime soon? Well, take a look at this. Home price appreciation has been on the rise throughout 2021, starting at around 10 to 11% price appreciation, which is already quite high, up to a peak of right around 18 to 20% and plateauing out at that mark at around 18% price appreciation. This doesn't mean things are slowing down. It just means we're not accelerating at the rate at which we were before. But 18% is crazy high. So is it really sustainable to see price appreciation in the 18% range? Well, I don't necessarily think so. And in fact, if we look at what the experts are saying, they expect home price appreciation to be somewhere between 2.8% and 7.4%, with an average price appreciation expected to be at about 5.2% in 2022. And if you're waiting for the bubble to burst, let me pop your bubble and let you know that nobody expects home prices to dip. So what does this mean for homeowners and home buyers? Well, for homeowners, this means you have a lot of equity to work with. Whether you're looking to possibly sell your home and purchase another, maybe move up and use that equity to buy a larger home for your family, or maybe to sell and downsize and pocket some of that money, maybe put it into some investments or just set aside some extra cash. Or possibly do a cash out refinance to do some debt consolidation or home improvements. Now, whether or not a refinance makes sense to you is going to depend on many factors, including what your interest rate is, how much equity you do have, and how long you anticipate continuing to live in your current home. So if we can help you out with that, if you happen to be located in Colorado, Florida, or Hawaii, the states we're licensed in, let us know. We'd be happy to run a free refinance analysis for you. And for home buyers, believe it or not, this is good news. Everything is pointing towards more inventory coming very soon, maybe as quickly as the next couple of months. With COVID concerns and the uncertainty associated with that decreasing here slowly, we are likely going to see more people taking advantage of the opportunity they have with the increased equity to sell their home and make a move that they've been holding out on due to the uncertainty of COVID. According to Claire Bolton-Smith, the senior leader of research at CoreLogic, overall, I do think that 2022 will be another strong year for housing, albeit a little bit higher mortgage rates, and we do think that home sales will continue to rise and actually reach a 16-year high in 2022. So whether you are a home buyer or a homeowner, all of this is great news for you.